good enough a lot of the time.
So he really is like Willie.
He is a lot like Willie.
Wow. You married your father. You feel good enough in your marriage right now for Willie?
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys about Shanda and Willie, and I really believe it's going to be a good one. Talking about obviously going back to your past and solving issues. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for a notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, well, you already know what it is, man. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Alright, cool. So, boom! Listen, don't forget as well, grab your minerals hoodies, you know what I'm saying? We've got a new one coming out as well for you guys called Send Back to Manufacturer. You understand, yeah? If they're not fit for purpose, send them back to the source. Alright, scooter woof! Let's get into the video. Again, really love this episode because they were talking about the past, going back, delving into old situations. With Shanda and Willie, we know already that, you know, Willie has been cheating like a damn hot dog, okay? And has been cheating, you know, throughout the course of their marriage. And obviously we get to hear the story. We get to hear the story of you know, Willie's background, and I guess a reasoning behind his behavior of why he decided to be cheating. And I think for him, obviously, we heard about the fact that his father, well, sorry, his grandfather, who he loved dearly, was his father figure. Obviously passed away, and that threw him into chaos. And also, what that did was, I always believe that when we're in pain, we seek for ways to have painkillers, right? And so maybe at one point, Shanda was his painkiller, yeah? She numbed the pain momentarily. And so she was fit for purpose for him at a time. The moment, maybe when they argued, or she was rude, as he had said, or maybe she was too strong of her tone, that made him then search outwards. Again, this isn't her fault, because she's not aware she's triggering him. She's not aware she's triggering him to do this. Still his fault. But we can see why he did it now. There's a trigger here, which is that, you know, you know, his life gets thrown into turmoil. Everything's a bit random. Life's a bit upside down. Not sure if he's coming or going. You know, the grandfather past is it's different for him, right? And then obviously, like I said, because he's made Shanda, potentially could have made Shanda his painkiller. When the painkiller wears off and she's not doing her job for him, then suddenly he looks outwardly for another painkiller.
What's this one?
My granddaddy.
It's granddaddy the glue?
Yeah, family dude, man. Didn't even graduate from high school, but he owned the whole block.
When you've got a headache and the tablets are not working, you might go for something a little bit stronger, right? And the something a little bit stronger is now outside the relationship. And those gave him a sense of comfort and a sense of peace that he needed to avoid the pain that he's feeling, right? And a lot of times, like when I see these situations, I know that some people can go 10, 15 years and still haven't fully grieved. And so their actions are dependent and based upon grief. Okay, they are moved by that. We got to hear about the fact that he'd been, had been robbed at gunpoint 3 times, right? What does that do to your mindset? Okay.
Man, I was robbed at gunpoint. He put the gun right in my face, like, wow. You know,
That's terrifying.
Okay, it makes you feel like, okay, life is short. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta enjoy, right? And so the moment that your peace is disturbed, the moment that your stability is questioned, where do you go? You go to somewhere where you can be in control. Because these things in relationships, when we feel like we're out of control, we tend to do things. Like, for instance, when I tell people, listen, sometimes people are addicted to pornography. It ain't the pornography. It's the fact that you're not in control. When your emotions override you, you look for something that you can do in order to bring back control. And actually it's an act of control even though you're out of control. It's a bit mad. And so sometimes it's cheating that people do. Again, it's not excusable. We're explaining behavior. Sometimes the cheating people do is an act of control. It's an act of being desired. It's an act of me putting in effort to receive the output that I want. It's an act of power and control. And so when obviously we're dealing with Willie, I'm looking at it from that perspective as to why he did what he did. Evidently, he seems remorseful. He seems like he never really wanted, this is not the lane he wanted to go down, but without understanding himself, without taking time to grieve, without having time to really deepen the state of his mindset of where I am. And again, I'll say it again, therapy, counseling, needed. Black men need it, 100%, because y'all are burning, hurting. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no safe space to go to and confess how you truly feel. We class.
How are you?
I'm sad.
My grandfather died. He was a legend, but it won't be the same now. Now, everything feels unpredictable.
Emotions as being so unmasculine, and again, emotions are a part of masculinity. They're not as tied as deeply into feminine as much as it is for femininity, but we have emotions. We cannot run on an emotional state because a man has masculine and feminine energy, so he must be able to be in tune with his emotions. When you don't be in tune with emotions, you're likely to be cold-blooded killer. You don't care who comes to pass your way. I call that sociopath. Right? That you just operating in this deep masculine energy and no emotions at all, right? You're a sociopath, right? It's simple as that. Or a psychopath, whichever you call it. And so for Willie here, not dealing with that emotional trauma and that pain that you're feeling from granddad passing and the instability of your life, it seems like it's led you down this particular path. Also, well, for Shanda as well, she had an issue where she was dealing with her father, and that her father, and you know what, mothers and fathers, parents have such a huge responsibility and have such a huge impact on their kids. You know, one thing I always want to make sure I do with my kids is that I want to speak life. The Bible says life and death reside in the tongue, okay? And the Bible says that, listen, our words can be like poison. The tongue is like poison at times because it says certain words that don't kill the person on the spot, but kill him over time. Look where Shanda is now. And she's talking about something that happened when she was a child. That her father heard her sing one time and said, "You're okay."
Last time I sang for him, he said I was okay. Why am I not good enough?
Knowing that her father is also a singer, so that then in her mind put her down. That in her mind said, I'm not great, I'm not good enough to do this thing. And then you look at a partner, you choose a partner to be like your father, and you're looking for that reaffirmation and assurance. You don't get it. You get a partner who wants to cheat on you, and then you feel like that you're not being reaffirmed. That makes you then lose your sense of worth and your value. You become less confident, you actually become less sexy, and again, you actually perpetuate then the cycle of him now wanting to go out because his wife is not feeling sexy, his wife is being naggy, his wife is being controlling, his wife has been angry, his wife has been all these kind of things, and again, it perpetuates even his cycle to go out and do what he's doing. Now, I'm not saying it's an excuse for what he did. No, I'm explaining what can happen. You understand? Don't ever take my words as an excuse. There is no excuse. We're explaining behavior. Let's go to Wolf. All right, cool. So, for her, she just wanted to hear those words that, you can do it, which is why I think a few episodes back, she said that obviously, she feels resentful that she didn't pursue the music career, right? And so here's the thing, like, now she's in a state of regret that she didn't do this particular thing. She didn't get to do this music, pursue it. She did the kids, and when she did the kids, she got hit for it. How do I mean by that? Her man cheated. You know what I'm saying? So now she's not even good at looking after the kids. She's not even good at being a wife. What am I good at? Imagine the mindset of the person that gets into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a painful place to be in. And so I think for her, she wants to hear those words of affirmation. She wants to hear those words of reassurance. She wants to hear those words of love. She wants to hear those words of a person really trying to think about her and putting her first. I think for them to, in order for this really to work, they're going to need to be able to address these issues of childhood trauma, especially Willie, because you can't be out here just cheating for anything. And again, it's not an excuse for behavior. The trouble is with men is this: they have no safe space to exit their opinions. Again, not an excuse, I'm just giving you an example. Men don't have a safe space. When they do, they're considered less masculine. Well, we've seen it from love. If you guys are followed by Married at First Sight, a guy expresses emotions, he's less masculine. So, like, as soon as men tap into their emotions, they're not considered masculine. That's a problem, because now you've got no place to go and rest your head. You've got no place to go and express how you feel. Therefore, it bottles up and then it explodes. Yeah? So for Willie and other men alike, they need a place they need a place amongst their friends, especially as well, other men, where they can have a confidant and speak in confidence about what they're feeling and what they're going through. That's why a counselor, a therapist is good. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys liked, share, and you will subscribe. Click on the bell button for notification of the uploads, guys. And I appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded.